So, the Nintendo Switch 2 key cards. Those have been kind of the hot topic ever since they came out. A lot of people don't like them, myself included, but I like to think now, especially considering, the recent news with PlayStation, I like to think that these key cards are actually a way of trying to preserve physical games, Like the thing with key cards, there might be a misconception because I've already had like some comments born from ignorance. And, it's fine because not everybody has a Switch 2 yet. And some people might not even be the biggest Nintendo fans. And that's kind of weird to me that we would have people that aren't Nintendo fans criticize Nintendo, and just kind of just troll and hate, just for no reason. And these are the people that like wouldn't even touch a Nintendo Switch. And they're just mostly on like Xbox and such. Or PC or whatever, but like they'll just find the time to just hate on Nintendo. And I get it. Nintendo's kind of they're easy to hate because, graphically, they're usually underpowered. Their games typically aren't like, like you got like Last of Us on PlayStation, and then we get something like, Breath of the Wild, which looks good, but it's cartoonish in nature. And, some people, they just want like, they want The Last of Us. Ball and gun gamers is the majority of what gamers is. People, they play the NBA, the fucking Call of Duty, and those games typically, they look nice. They have like nice graphics, I guess. Well, I don't know about sports games, but Call of Duty, I've played Call of Duty maps. You know what I mean? They kind of have that like realistic, nice graphic look, and that's kind of cemented in modern gaming. That's what people like, But I like variety. I like games like Last of Us, the blades of grass, fucking going in every nook and cranny, just exploring, because it looks like real life, It's like a movie, right? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game, amazing experience. But I also like having games like Mario Odyssey, where it's like, it's cartoonish, it's colorful, it's charming, it's got a nice style. Like, what I'm basically saying is I don't want every game to be Call of Duty or Last of Us or Red Dead Redemption horse testicles. Like, I want variety. I want different kinds of art styles. Not everything has to be on Unreal Engine, blah, blah, or I don't know. I'm not exactly like I'm not smart. Okay. I'm not claiming to be an intellectual on this topic, but I got opinions, that, and I want to regurgitate information again. Like, okay, so the Switch 2 game keycards, I don't really like them. Elden Ring, I learned, was 50 gigs. That which would fit on the 64 gigabyte cartridge, right? So I don't know why it happens to not be so, despite it, being 50 gigs. I know there's DLC on the bitch, which, maybe, I don't know if the Tarnished Edition, wouldn't that just download from the internet anyways? Like, say, Borderlands DLC or something? I don't know how that works. But it is a shame because I don't like the key cards, but I want to try to stay positive about them. But yeah, it is weird. I don't like it. I do like that the Nintendo first party games are, on the cartridge as well. And the main criticism, right, that people are worried, they're scared that the servers will be shut down someday and the key cards will be rendered useless. I feel like it's understandable that you would be scared of that, because like, let's just look, these companies, they shut down online stores all the time, right? Like the Nintendo eShop on the DSi, the 3DS shop, the Wii U shop, even what's happening right now with PlayStation with the PS3 and the Vita stores, which my dumbass, I already thought those were already shut down. I didn't realize those were still going, but yeah, those are getting shut down. And I get it, like the companies, they do that, they take away the online store, they take away the games, they take away the access that you can use these, but they do that because they're pushing their products. So I can kind of understand it. Like, even though it would be cool if we lived in a world where I could turn on I don't have a PS. I could turn on a PS3 and get on the PSN store and like buy fucking Ratchet and Clank, like the OG or whatever on the store. Like, it would be cool if we lived in a world like that, but that's just not how these companies roll. And you know, that's just something we have to come to accept. But the key cards, the Nintendo Switch key cards, this isn't like the Nintendo eShop, right? These are, you still buy this, you can trade it, you can sell it. And here's the thing, you don't need the internet to play your key card. Yes, you need the internet to initially download it, but once it's on your system, you can play it. You don't need the internet to play it. And another, you know, misconception, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, I got this one comment one time, like, because I was showing my Persona 3 game to my stream, and somebody was like, "Oh, you shouldn't show that because they could steal the code off of your keycard." That's not how that works. Like, if you wanted to steal my keycard, you would have to physically steal it from me, you know, in my house. You know, you'd have to take it physically from me. Now, so yeah, like debunking that, and again, okay, like I want to go back to the servers getting shut down because, like, again, yeah, that's a valid fear because they do it all the time. They shut down stores. This is just, you know, we have no data for this because this is Nintendo did not create keycards. Okay, like keycards have been, well, the idea of keycards, like PS4 games, like there are PS4 games, Xbox. I can't really think of any like off the top of my head, but this has been a thing, you know, like discs, physical discs. They will have, like, on the cover, like Borderlands 3 is a good example. On my Switch 1, it says internet required, download internet required or whatever. That's a key card. That's essentially a key card on the Switch 1. And there are games on the PS4, PS5, Xbox, whatever, that are also in the similar kind of way. You know, you buy them and then you have to download them from the internet in order to play them. But once they're downloaded, you know, it's just there. I don't need the internet to play Borderlands 3 now that I downloaded it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and there's that, and then, okay, and then they're worried that, like, one day, like, when the Switch, we'll just call it the Switch 3. When the Switch 3 comes out, people might think, oh, well, now the Switch 2 game key cards are going to be shut down, worthless and useless plastic. Again, valid concern, but I'm just trying to stay positive here, and I honest to God do not see Nintendo making your Switch 2 keycard purchase completely worthless in, like, we'll just say the Switch 3 comes out in 2035 or some shit. We'll just say that for the sake of an example. I honestly think they would do a thing, like, even if the servers are shut down for the Switch 2, which I don't think that would happen anytime soon, even with the Switch 3 release, because the Switch 1 is still getting supported right now. Yes, they're not going to be producing them anymore next year. If you didn't know about that, that's a thing. I think sometime in the middle of next year, there will be no more Switch 1. Oh, the whole Switch family's over, you know, in retail stores. And that's fine, you know. We've had, like, what, 2 years now for the Switch 2 to upgrade. Like, I totally understandable. And even though that is, you think they're going to shut down the Switch 1 eShop? Like, they share an eShop. The Switch 1 and Switch 2, it's the same thing. And where I'm trying to go with this is, I feel like Nintendo's going to stay in this Switch ecosystem, or yeah, like this Switch idea. Like, I don't think they're, like, how we went from the GameCube to the Wii, you know, like, what the fuck was that, right? I don't think we're gonna be going through that. Like, what more can they innovate, right? Like, it's gonna be a Switch. It's gonna be just like another Switch, a Switch design, but it's gonna be more powerful, you know, and all that jazz. And I honestly think your key card, you're gonna be able to pop that in the Switch 3, and it's gonna work just fine because you're in the Nintendo ecosystem. You're part of their. They're gonna take care of the fans. Like, I have a hard time seeing that. That is like some dystopian shit. And maybe I'm wrong and I'll eat my words, but I just have a hard time seeing Nintendo go that anti-consumer on us. And again, I know, like, everybody hates the video game industry. We hate the corporations. There's no trust. And me even saying some of this might sound weird, but, like, I like to have hope in the brand that I am currently on right now. Because, like, yeah, I have my PS5. That thing is collecting dust, though. The only reason I would play my PS5 is to play games that I literally cannot play on my Switch, which, as of right now, would be, like, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, and Jak and Daxter. Which, by the way, I don't even know if those are even going to be on my PlayStation anymore, because y'all heard about, like, if you don't get on your Switch, or if you don't sign into your PlayStation, they're just gonna take away your account or some shit. Like, I don't even know. See, this is what I'm talking about. These scummy practices that PlayStation is doing, I don't see this coming from Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo's done some shit. You know, they like to sue people for, like, they're just trying to protect their IPs, bro. I would probably be just as meticulous as Nintendo. If if I was in their shoes, I don't want people stealing my shit. Or trying to like pirate my games and stuff like that. And I mean, there have been like kind of weird stories, like how they shut down Melee tournaments, and like they're very copyright, all that stuff. But like, so is fucking Disney, bro. You have you ever tried streaming a Kingdom Hearts game? You fucking probably shouldn't, or just skip the cutscenes, because you're gonna get copyrighted to hell, and that's just how it is. So yeah, like I just like, and I mean, since I'm talking about Sony now, I just like, as a brand, I don't trust Sony. I don't want to buy any more Sony things. I haven't in a while, and I'm definitely not having PlayStation Plus. Because of the idea of no more physical games. Like that's silly to me. I love the who doesn't love collect. Well, I mean, I guess there are some people that are digital only, but I am a person that I enjoy having a shelf with games on it. And yeah, for some people that's weird. That doesn't make sense to them. But we're all like, as gamers, I guess we all have our preferences, right? But like, I just truly love having a physical collection. And how can I support PlayStation when like they're not really going for that anymore? Like, at least Nintendo at the moment, it's all physical. Like, yeah, even the key cards, like, you can still buy, sell, trade, borrow, whatever. You can go on eBay and buy a fucking key card, and again, like, the code on the key card isn't something that somebody can steal, like a voucher or whatever, and you could play the games offline. Like, I truly, again, like, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I don't like completely hate them either, because like, I see it as better than the alternative, which would be just a code in the bot, which is nothing. And that makes me wonder, like, at first when I heard this PlayStation news, I thought the PlayStation sections in Walmart would literally just be like, like how you buy a Fortnite card or a Roblox, the cards, the cards and the vouchers. That's what I thought. But I think what's actually going to happen is they will still be producing cases. They'll just be empty boxes with a code. So like the Walmart, GameStop, or whatever, it'll still look kind of the same, but it ain't going to hit the same, because you're buying a fucking empty box essentially with nothing, But yeah, I think that's what the future is going to be. And I don't talk about Xbox because, like, I'm not an Xbox guy. I don't really, like, why would I talk about Xbox? And again, that's also the thing where, like, people who don't even play, you're not even a Nintendo fan, but you're just going to talk shit and be like, oh, why would you play it on Nintendo when you can just play it on PC? It'll look a lot better. We know that. I played Call of Duty on the Wii. I loved it. And yeah, of course I knew it would run better on my PS3, but I didn't care. It was about the brand. I'm playing it on a fucking Nintendo Wii, for Christ's sakes, with a Wii remote. It's fun, it's cool. Like, this idea of like, it always has to be the best graphics and run the best. Well, I mean, I can understand, like, a game running good. You want the game to be smooth and like looking, frame rate and all that. I can understand that. And like, here's the thing. All these Switch 2 games that are coming out that I'm gonna be getting, like Final Fantasy, fucking the Kingdom Hearts, just Elden Ring even, I'm gonna be playing these, and I'm gonna see firsthand how they run, especially compared to how I played them on like I had Elden Ring on PS5 at a time, and I'll see it, and if it's serviceable, if it's playable, then that's good enough. And I know there's gonna be, haters and people who criticize and say, well, you're just dumb for playing it on the Switch too, because yes, I know there's drawbacks to it, but I don't care. Again, like, here's the thing. I'm just happy that I made a physical video game purchase, like, regardless. And since I'm not an Xbox guy, I'm not going to be buying like Xbox. I don't care to get into Xbox. I like Nintendo. I grew up on Mario, Zelda, all that shit. I love Metroid, all that shit. And that's good, and now not only I have a system where I can go from Mario Odyssey to like Borderlands or some shit like that, that, or Dark Souls again, like, amazing. And these games, I played the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo. That shit was fine. I liked it. It ran just like how it did on PS4 to me. Like, I didn't really notice any fucking differences. Like, I feel like these people are so critical sometimes. They will check like every blade of grass, every follicle. Like, can I see the pores on Mario's face type shit? And I don't care about that. Like, as long as the game's running good, it's smooth, it's fun, that's good enough for me. And here's also the thing. I have a gaming PC. If, for whatever reason, like, we'll just say, like, for example, the Kingdom Hearts collection or Elden Ring on Switch 2, it sucks. Like, I hate it. It's trash. It just does not run good, which would be very sad, by the way. I'd be very disappointed. I would just get it on PC at that point, you know? But again, like, I would just be also happy that I have, like a physical game purchase, because this seems to be like a dying medium at this point, even though it most certainly doesn't have to be that way. The only reason I can see PlayStation and, you know, companies, maybe Nintendo, wanting to do that is money. Like, what other reason would it be? Like, they literally will just make more money for it just being digital only. And if you can only buy games on the PlayStation Store, it's just like what people have been saying. That shit is never gonna go on sale, bro. That is why they have no incentive. They got you, got you, motherfucker. Which again, another reason why I have no interest in PlayStation. I don't even want to buy PlayStation 5 discs anymore. Like, I don't care, you know, because they're going away. I don't care. Like, my mood right now is very much a Nintendo mood. Like, I want to be collecting Switch games. That's just kind of like where I'm at. Like, I mean, if you watch my streams, I've been I stream primarily on my Switch too. I enjoy playing games on my Switch and just kind of sharing them on the stream, and just kind of like, I also like look at it as like a time capsule, because I like to go back to my streams, especially like older ones, and just look back at the games I was playing. And I don't know. Again, I'm just kind of like rambling. Like, what else did I want to talk about? Like, I went over the key cards, how I don't think they're, like, truly too evil. Like, I'm definitely not a fan, but it's better than, you know, what PlayStation's doing. And I am optimistic for their future. I don't think they're just going to be complete garbage. But, again, I could be wrong. But there's that, and I think I already went over, like, Nintendo games. Like, yes, they are underperformed compared to, you know, PlayStation, Xbox, but I just don't care. Like, if Final Fantasy VII Remake is still gonna be fun, and, you know, I can play it in handheld mode anywhere I go, like, that's also like the big selling point and the novelty of Nintendo for me. The Switch 2 specifically, like I love that I can just take it on the go and play like these like games like Elden Ring, something that I would, you know, I wouldn't be able to do that like on the PlayStation. Like, it's crazy. All right, now let me think here. I don't wanna end this video and then like, oh fuck, I forgot that. So like, let's just think here. Okay, I did talk about the PlayStation shit. I mentioned Xbox isn't really that's not my brand, you know, so I'm not going to talk about it. And that's the thing too. Like, I mean, people who will hate on Nintendo, they don't even play Nintendo games, dude. Like, it's hard to like, why would you even like listen to somebody's like hateful troll opinion like that? Like, it's different though if they're like being, you know, like smart with it. Like, you know, I'm not saying you have to be a Nintendo fan to be able to criticize them, but like, let's not just fucking say shit like, you know, it's just completely pointless to play it on the Switch 2, and there's just no reason. Like, I mean, I'm looking forward to so many Switch 2 version games just for the idea. Like, I bring my Switch 2 everywhere, you know. I sound like a total, like, fanboy right now. I guess I am, because I love, like, the Joy-Cons, it's like a fidget toy, you know. It's got fidget value. Like, I'll be just fucking playing with it. Ripping them off, and to hear that click, you know, I'm just such a big fan of the Switch. Oh yeah, and this does remind me, this is actually something I wanted to talk about at the beginning of the video, but okay, so towards the end of the Switch 1's life, I was kind of a Nintendo hater, because like, bro, I think I got my first Switch right, like, what, 2018? You know, I played Fire Emblem Three Houses, Mario Odyssey, Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I played all the bangers, and I feel like there really wasn't anything after that. You know, like, we got, like, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Luigi's Mansion 3, like, these smaller games, but, like, I got bored. I just got bored. Like, I mean, I already played Mario Odyssey. I already played Zelda and Pokemon and all that shit. And, you know, Pokemon just really wasn't the greatest on the Switch, but, like, my point is, like, yeah, I was bored with the Switch one. The Switch one, like, I even made a video kind of shitting on Nintendo. Like, I was just saying, like, man, Nintendo just doesn't hit the same. And I truly kind of still kind of stand by that, because, like, before the Switch 2, man, like, what, 2024 was just so boring for Nintendo. Like, holy fuck. Like, and 2024, just before the Switch 2 came out, you know, like, the Switch 2 made Nintendo exciting again for me. Like, that, like, it wasn't right away, of course. Like, I even was kind of hating on the Switch 2 a little bit, like everyone else was, but we didn't, because we didn't know what was about to come, you know. And now Nintendo really doesn't seem so bad. They're the cheapest on the market, like they usually are, and I don't know, they just don't seem so bad. But I do want to talk about, like, yeah, like, how I just was not feeling Nintendo back in the day. I don't think I was the only one either. Like, I was long since bored and done with Nintendo, like, by 2024. Before the Switch 2 came out, I had no interest in any of them. Like, I almost even sold my Switch at one point because I was just so over it. But then they released the Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, and that on the eShop, and that was like the that's what got the ball rolling for me, was that, because after that came out, I started playing my Switch again, and then I really started thinking about getting a Switch 2, just because, you know, the Winds and Waves announcement, and, you know, just everything that, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, the GameCube on the, you know, online service. Like, there was a lot of things that I was kind of getting excited about. And yeah, that's pretty much how it started for me. And then, like, once I got my Switch 2 and I started playing games on there, it was kind of like that same magical feeling when I first got the Switch. Because again, like, when I first got the Switch, I was obsessed with it. I brought it everywhere I went. I was playing the shit out of it. But that magical feeling only lasted like maybe a year, because the Switch really is, like, underperforming as hell. Like, even on arrival, the only reason is because the games were so charming, like Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. That shit carried the Switch. But like I said, like, you play those games, you beat those games, and then it's like, now what? You know, I'm bored now. And then I really did kind of get into PS5 after that, because, like, you know, Elden Ring came out, and I wanted to play, like, some other, you know, games that I haven't played in a while. And these games, like Lies of P, Kingdom Hearts, they're all coming to Switch 2 as well, which is why I'm kind of staying in this Switch ecosystem. Because, you know, I mean, shit, games are expensive now. Shit's expensive. I can't just, you know, buy games for everything. That's why I'm sticking to Nintendo. I mean, well, I got my gaming PC as well, like I said. So, like, if I'm ever disappointed in a Switch 2 game, I literally will just get it on PC. It's not even a big deal, honestly. But I really don't... I'm not like that, you know? I'm not like, the 60 FPS or fucking... Like, I'm not a picky guy when it comes to that shit. As long as the game is not freezing and breaking. And I don't know if you guys know about Borderlands 3 on the Switch 2, but it is dog shit. It is bad. It is really bad. Like, if you go into the main menu where the galaxy and the planets are, and you try to pick where the fast travel is, basically, in Borderlands 3, anytime where there is some space shit in the background, the game's gonna break. It can't... I don't know. I don't know these technical things, but, like, it's just... It needs a patch, it needs an update, or just a straight-up Switch 2 upgrade. And, I mean, these are problems that I feel like will just kind of go away over time, because, you know, the Switch 1 is still a baby. This thing's, like, a little bit over a year old, so, you know, I fully expect these kind of issues. Now... yeah, I think I pretty much kind of talked about everything. I yapped. This was a yap session. I'm sorry, but I remember one time I had a comment on a video. It was like, "This is like a bunch of nonsense." I can't even remember what he said. Basically, he was just saying, like, my video. I can't speak, you know, because I'm, like, all over the place, which is probably true. But I'm just trying to talk here, you know. I wanted to talk about Nintendo. I wanted to talk about PlayStation. Hell, I even wanted to talk about a little bit about Xbox. I mean, those layoffs, right? That's kind of crazy. I don't know what exactly is going on there. But again, I'm never really going to be in the Xbox ecosystem. That's just... I've never had an interest in them. No, and I'm completely losing interest in PlayStation. And one more thing before I end the video. PlayStation exclusives have not hit the same since probably Bloodborne. Bloodborne was probably, like, the last one where I was like, I have to get a PlayStation for this. I mean, Arkham Knight was also, I mean, that was actually the first PS4 game I played, but that was a game that I didn't even know I needed because like that was like one of the next gen feeling. You know when you play a next gen game or a current, like you upgraded to the new console and you play like your first, you know, like next gen game. Like that was my experience with Arkham Knight. I never forget. I was so blown away looking at Gotham on my PS4. I was like, holy fuck, games look really good now. You know, I haven't had that feeling in a while, really. And I think it's because games have just kind of, like, peaked a little bit in, like, how they look and operate, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, like, how much more can we get at that point? But anyways, I've already been yapping long enough. I don't even fucking know. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to try to post more videos, talk about some more shit. Yeah, let me know about your opinions about the Switch 2 and all that, and yabba dabba doo.